Today I'm going to talk about the 2012 presidential election, and hopefully at the end of my talk we'll all be a little more well-versed in some of the issues. Actually, not so much the issues, but the factors that we either pushed Obama towards re-election or not getting re-elected. And I guess my main point is I think that if I had to put money on the election, I'd put money on Obama's side that he will win re-election. So I've been a person that's been really interested in politics for 5 years. I really started getting interested in Obama in 2006 before he was even elected. I bought a shirt that said Obama 2008 like in 2006, and I was amazed when he somehow he started getting popular and famous, and he somehow got elected, and it was pretty crazy. First I want to kind of talk about some points, some factors I think are cutting against Obama getting reelected. The first issue is just overexposure. I think people have seen Obama a lot, and especially in 2008, people saw a lot of Obama. And actually, there's a poll, 76% of Americans said that they saw Obama more than McCain. So 76% said they saw Obama, 11% they said they saw McCain more. So this in 2008, they felt like they saw Obama more, and so I think now there's going to be some of that maybe exhaustion with Obama, especially 50% even in 2008 said that they'd seen too much of Obama. Another issue is some of the evidence that we've seen already, because we've seen in we have the 2010 election, which is very much how people are kind of a midway checkpoint to see where Obama, how he's actually doing. And Obama lost a lot of his core constituency. He lost independents. He lost suburban voters, went more towards the Republicans and the Democrats. He lost a lot of college graduates. He lost a lot of working class voters. And these are people that are make up huge constituencies in very important states like Florida, like Ohio, like Pennsylvania, like Wisconsin. So they're going to be huge constituencies for Obama to try to reach out to between now and 2012. A couple of the big issues that he's unpopular for is the healthcare battle that went on a few years ago. It's still, the numbers are starting to equalize a little bit more. I think when it was during the healthcare battle, definitely more Americans, if you looked at a lot of polls and if you aggregated them, more Americans were against healthcare. It's starting to equalize a little bit now, but as Republicans are able to try to make the argument, and as it comes out of one Republican's mouth, the Republican nominee, it might become more and more salient. Also, the national debt is a huge issue. Even though George Bush added 10 trillion to the debt over his presidency, Obama added, it was 1.4 in 2009, 1.3 in 2010, and the Congressional Budget Office projects that it'll be 1.5 for 2011. So this is another argument that the Republicans will be able to make, and a poll was taken recently that more Americans, what was the exact number, 68% of Americans want smaller government, lower taxes, and depending on how that was actually worded to the sample of that poll, who knows how accurate it is, but that's another reality. Another huge factor, another factor that's cutting against Obama getting reelected is redistricting, right? Every 10 years is the census, and the House districts are redistricted, right? So different states will change the amount of seats that they get, and that'll affect how many electoral college votes are coming from each state. And so a lot of states, so the way it worked out is generally population is shifting from our northeast here to the southwest, which invariably ends up helping out putting more electoral college votes to Republican-leaning states. 5 of the 8 states that gain electoral votes are considered strong Republican states, and 6 of the 10 that lost electoral college votes are considered blue states, Democrat states. So already like the numbers, electoral college votes are kind of favoring Republicans a little bit. Texas was a big winner. They gained 4. and there's no way Obama's gonna. It'd be very difficult for Obama to win Texas in 2012. So now I kind of want to shift over really quickly to why I think Obama is favored in 2012. One is just the incumbent advantage. There's an incumbent advantage for many political offices, and the presidency is no such an exception. Since George Washington, incumbents have won, I think, 67% of the time, and since 1900s, the number has gone to, the numbers like 74% of presidents that run for re-election. So you may ask a question like, why do they have an advantage? I think one reason, just one thing that I think to myself, is a lot of effort that a presidential candidate has to put into their candidacy is passing the threshold of someone that seems like they can hold the office of the president, that they're competent, that they are responsible, that they know the issues. And Obama already has that kind of persona. Like, everyone knows he's already capable of being president. And that was something he had to get past with McCain. And I think he's already there. And the Republican nominee is going to have to work up to that point. He also has a huge organizational structure. He already had, he already went through the process. He made some mistakes in 2008. He's not going to make those same mistakes again because he went through it all. He raised $750 million in his campaign in 2008. Some think that number's going to go over $1 billion just because he knows what he's doing. So that's a huge advantage for him. Also, he's immensely popular. At the same stage in his presidency and Reagan's presidency, he had a 37% approval rating. Clinton had a 47%, and George W. Bush had a 61%. Right now, Obama is at 48% approval rating of his job, and he has, people like him as a person. People have a favorable view of him as a person by like 51%. So he's immensely popular, and I think some other factors are that some of the important states, he didn't just like barely beat McCain, he whooped him, he shellacked him, and so now he kind of has to create a barrier around some important states like Florida, Ohio, Virginia, and North Carolina. And those are states he doesn't even have to win, he just has to win one of those states to be victorious. So even though there's some important factors that are kind of cutting against Obama, I think if you had to bet money, if you wanted to bet money, you should probably put it on Obama for getting re-election. Thank you.